In the vast, verdant world of the Jurassic period, life scaled to unimaginable sizes. Amidst the dense fern prairies and towering cycads, a silhouette rises above the prehistoric canopy, not of a mountain, but of a living, breathing leviathan. This is the Brachiosaurus, a creature so immense its very existence seems to defy the laws of biology. To merely stand under its shadow is to confront the limits of anatomical possibility. For a long-necked sauropod of its scale, a profound biological challenge emerges: how to propel blood from a massive heart, situated low in its chest, all the way to its brain. Located more than 20 feet above the ground, the immense hydrostatic pressure required to overcome gravity would be staggering, threatening to burst vessels or, conversely, starve the brain of oxygen. The solution to this paradox is a masterclass in biological engineering, a suite of anatomical adaptations that allowed this gentle giant to thrive. Now, let's open the fossil record and resurrect the story of this Jurassic titan. The fossil evidence for Brachiosaurus offers a window into this incredible biological design. When we examine the skeletal structure, we immediately notice its defining feature: the unusually long forelimbs that gave it its name, arm lizard. Unlike most other sauropods, whose shoulders are lower than their hips, Brachiosaurus's anatomy created a sloping, giraffe-like posture. This unique stance, confirmed by multiple fossil finds in North America and Africa, wasn't just for reaching high foliage. It was an integral part of its circulatory strategy. The elevated shoulders brought the heart higher off the ground, reducing the vertical distance the blood had to travel to the head. This simple yet profound anatomical shift was the first line of defense against the gravitational pull that would have otherwise made life at such heights impossible. Beyond the macroscopic bone structure, we must delve deeper into the presumed soft tissue and cardiovascular system. While a dinosaur's heart doesn't fossilize, we can infer its size and strength from the skeletal evidence and principles of biomechanics. To generate the enormous pressure needed to pump blood to its brain, the Brachiosaurus would have required an extraordinary heart, a powerful muscular pump capable of a feat of hydraulics that few terrestrial animals have ever matched. Paleoecologists estimate that its heart could have weighed over 400 kilograms, a truly titanic organ. But even a heart of this magnitude would not be enough on its own. The Brachiosaurus would have had to evolve a sophisticated system of high-pressure arteries and capillaries, likely featuring a series of one-way valves. These valves, crucial for preventing backflow, would have helped maintain the immense pressure gradient needed to circulate blood throughout its colossal body. This remarkable anatomy was the foundation for a life of unparalleled scale, placing the Brachiosaurus at the apex of the herbivore kingdom. Its immense size was not a biological quirk, but a strategic adaptation that defined its place in the Jurassic ecosystem. Brachiosaurus occupied a unique ecological niche as a high-level browser. While other sauropods, like Diplodocus and Apatosaurus, were equipped with peg-like teeth for stripping vegetation from the ground level and medium heights, the Brachiosaurus's sloping neck and long forelimbs gave it exclusive access to the upper canopy. This allowed it to feed on the tender, nutrient-rich foliage of the tallest conifers and cycads, a food source inaccessible to most other creatures. This strategy of resource partitioning minimized direct competition with other large herbivores, allowing multiple species of sauropods to coexist in the same environment. We can surmise the daily life of a Brachiosaurus from this dietary specialization. A creature of its size would have needed to consume an astronomical amount of plant matter, estimated to be well over 400 kilograms of vegetation per day. Its teeth, adapted for shearing and snipping rather than grinding, suggest that it did not chew its food extensively. Instead, it likely swallowed large quantities of leaves whole, relying on a massive gut to ferment and break down the tough cellulose. This process, likely aided by gastroliths, stones swallowed to help grind up food in the gizzard, would have been a continuous, slow-motion engine of digestion, fueling its gargantuan body. This vegetarian lifestyle, however, did not come without its dangers. The Jurassic world was home to fearsome predators, and even a creature as large as a Brachiosaurus was not immune to attack, particularly when young or ailing. The dominant predator of the Morrison Formation was the Allosaurus, a powerful theropod often depicted as the ultimate apex predator. While an adult Brachiosaurus would have been a formidable target, its sheer size and herd behavior were its primary defenses. The towering height and massive weight of a Brachiosaurus would have made it an almost impossible target for a single Allosaurus. We can imagine a tense standoff, the Allosaurus, driven by instinct and hunger, sizing up a herd. But the Brachiosaurus's immense size, a testament to its unique circulatory adaptations and its high-level browsing strategy, would have presented an insurmountable deterrent. Its sheer bulk was an armored fortress, a living monument to the power of passive defense. The evidence for Brachiosaurus's social behavior is less direct, but what we can glean from trackways and bone beds suggests they were likely gregarious animals, living in herds for mutual protection and foraging efficiency. The sheer logistical challenge of a solitary Brachiosaurus finding enough food to sustain itself makes a herd-based social structure a highly plausible theory. Such a society would have been a slow-moving, rumbling behemoth, a collective force of life that reshaped the landscape with its constant, insatiable browsing. This cooperative lifestyle, centered on resource sharing and communal defense, was a key to their success in a world teeming with threats. The Brachiosaurus was not just an individual giant. It was a part of a collective, a living testament to the power of size and community in the great drama of the Jurassic period. Its towering stature, the very thing that allowed it to survive and thrive, was an elegant solution to the challenges of its world. The reign of the Brachiosaurus and its sauropod kin, which defined the later Jurassic, was an era of unparalleled gigantism. But like all dynasties, this one too would eventually come to an end. The fossil record allows us to trace the lineage and eventual decline of these great creatures, offering a final, somber chapter to their story. The Brachiosaurus itself seems to have faded from the fossil record by the close of the Jurassic period, giving way to new forms of sauropods better suited to the changing landscapes of the early Cretaceous. This transition was part of a larger ecological shift, a slow and profound transformation of the global ecosystem. One of the key factors in this change was the rise of new plant life. The conifers and cycads that were the dietary staple of the Brachiosaurus began to share the stage with the first flowering plants. These new angiosperms, while not initially dominant, introduced new nutritional challenges and changed the very structure of the forests. The subsequent climate changes and shifts in available flora meant that the precise ecological niche occupied by the Brachiosaurus, that of a specialized high-level browser, began to wane. This is a crucial lesson from paleontology. A highly specialized adaptation, while successful for a time, can be a liability when the environment changes. The very height and specific dietary needs that made the Brachiosaurus a success in the Jurassic may have made it vulnerable as the world began its slow, inexorable march toward the Cretaceous. The legacy of the Brachiosaurus, however, is not just one of decline, but of enduring wonder. Its fossils from the famous mount in Berlin's Museum für Naturkunde to the scattered remains across North America are a constant source of fascination and a powerful reminder of life's astonishing capacity for innovation. When we look at its bones, we are not just seeing the remains of a single animal. We are seeing the end product of a multi-million-year-long evolutionary experiment in overcoming gravity and biological limits. The unique stance, the likely powerful heart, and the sheer scale of its body were all elegant solutions to the same core problem. The Brachiosaurus stands as a testament to the ingenuity of natural selection, an icon of an age when life reached for the sky, literally and figuratively. Today, the Brachiosaurus exists as a ghost in stone, a silent echo of a world long gone. Yet, its story remains a vibrant part of our understanding of prehistoric life. It helps us reconstruct the complex relationships between species, the subtle dance of specialization and competition, and the grand narrative of evolutionary change. The next time we see an image of this gentle giant, we can appreciate not just its awe-inspiring size, but the incredible biological feats that allowed it to survive and thrive. It is a story of life's relentless push against the very forces of nature, a monumental journey captured in the silent, eloquent language of the fossil record.